of you. Let me record from my side and let me share the screen. Right. So total the metadata will be used for 132 bytes. Okay. So the page size is 8192 bytes, right? 8 KB means 8192 bytes minus 132 bytes. How much you will get? 220. Okay. And 936.110. Okay. And 8060 bytes. Okay. So that means on every page you can store 8060 bytes of data only. On each page, this is common. Every page will have page header which will take 96 bytes. Every page will have row offset which will use 36 bytes, and total is 132 bytes which is going to store the metadata, either the address or the page details, everything. Okay, it is going to use 132 bytes. This is reserved. And the page size is 8 KB means 8 into 1024 bytes, you will get 8192 bytes. Minus if you subtract 132 bytes which is reserved, that means you can store 8060 bytes of data in each page. Let me know in case if you have any issues here, please. Is it clear? Any doubts? Please, if you don't. Yes, row offset.
Row of data size is 36 bytes, but what about the column of data size?
Column in, I'll tell you. Okay, what is your name?
Parameswara.
Parameshwara. My name is Shanmukh. Okay, we have different names like honey. It depends upon the names, the data you are storing. So the column size depends the data you are storing. Okay, so in
Means
case you
it column size is allocating by
no,
the
nothing
8060
like that.
bytes.
Yes, see the whole size is 8060. There is no actually column size. Okay, in case you are using like say for example employee ID, usually how much time, how much size it will take? Integer will take 4 bytes. You are giving a name like Parameshwara. I'm going to give you, I don't want to accommodate with a 10 or 20 bytes, right? Usually while creating, if you remember or not, I gave varchar of 100. 100 means what? 100 bytes it will accept. Okay, each data type will have its own size. So column doesn't have any size manually. Okay, you have to consider the row offset and your particular page header remaining. This is reserved for SQL Server page. This is reserved. The row offset is not going to change, and the particular page header section is also not going to change. They are going to use 132 bytes altogether. Okay, if you subtract 8192 bytes minus this reserved space, 8060 bytes you can use. Don't think like 8060 bytes means okay, I can store 100 records or 200 records. You cannot say like that. How many records I can store? It depends upon the record size. Okay, if you see here, if you go to the SQL Server, I use a computer table in this record. The record size is more. If you see here teapot and chair, the record size is less. So record size may vary. The data which you are inserting into the table, the record size may vary. So you cannot tell the record size exactly. So as you cannot tell the record size, you cannot tell how many records are going to be stored in each page. Total records are going to use 8060 bytes. Up to the free space it is going to store. Once 8060 bytes are completed, SQL Server will allocate one more page for the particular table. Clear? So you cannot say the column size or record size. That vary depends upon the data you are inserting into the table. Clear? Any doubts, any issues, please? Again, if you don't understand, let me know. I'll explain again. I'm happy to explain again. Okay, I don't have any issues. Don't worry, like if I ask this doubt, maybe people will think like nothing, everyone is on the same phase. Okay, so in case you don't know the things, let me know immediately. Don't hesitate to ask. Okay, right? Fine. Clear, right? This is clear, right? So every page we are going to store 8060 bytes of data. Every page we are going to store 8060 bytes of data. Let me go with the extent now. As you are aware of page, then you can understand the extents better way. Extent means collection of 8 data pages. One extent is a collection of 8 data pages. Now tell me what is the extent size?
64 KB.
64 KB, 8 into 8, okay, 8, each page size is 8 KB. 8 extents means, sorry, 8 pages means, extent is a collection of 8 data pages, right? So 8 into 8, which is, sorry, which is 64 KB. This is also fixed. What is an extent? Basic allocation unit of SQL Server data file. Why I'm mentioning every time data file? Why? Because these are the part of data file only. Okay, log files doesn't have any file groups, files, extents. Log file architecture is completely different. Okay, extent is a collection of 8 data pages, continuous, not different. Extent is a collection of 8 continuous data pages, and extent is a basic allocation unit of a SQL Server data file. What is a page? Basic storage unit of a data file, right? Extent is basic allocation unit of a data file. What is the difference between storage unit and data allocation unit? Storage means it is going to store the data, right? Allocation means it is going to allocate, right? Now let me come to the point. Whenever you create any table, SQL Server won't allocate page for you. SQL Server will allocate an extent for you. Means you're using or not using, SQL Server will give you 64 KB for you. Is it clear? Extent is a collection of, extent is, of course, extent is a collection of 8 data pages, and extent is a basic storage unit. Whenever you are creating any table, okay, SQL Server will allocate a complete extent for you. You can ask, sir, I'm not going to insert any values, or I'm not going to create any more tables. 8 pages means what? 8 tables, right? Even you are trying to create one table also, SQL Server will give you one extent, means 8 pages. You will get 8 pages. You may ask, sir, I am just creating one table. It is giving 8 pages for me. Okay. So it is giving 8 pages for me means waste of storage, right? No, it is very intelligent system. SQL Server database engine is very intelligent. Okay. We have two types of extents. One is mixed extent. Second one is uniform extent. So what is this mixed extent? What is this uniform extent? What is the difference between uniform and mixed extent? Okay. Each extent is a continuum of 8 database only. Okay. In a mixed extent also you'll have 8 data pages. In uniform extent also you'll have 8 data pages. Mixed extent means all the 8 pages can be used to store the multiple objects. Objects means tables, objects means your stored procedures, objects means index. Everything is an object only. Okay. So in the mixed extents, you will get 8 pages, right? In each page, you can store multiple objects. Multiple objects means one page you can store one object. Like that, in 8 pages, you can store 8 different objects in the mixed extent. Okay. In the uniform extent, all the 8 pages will be used by a single object. All the 8 pages will be used by a single object. Means imagine now, earlier yesterday we have created, okay, this employee table. While creating, you can see only 11 records, right? That can be accommodated in a single page, right? Now the table is very big. Right? 1 lakh records are there in this table. Yesterday we have inserted 1 lakh records, right? So in such case, what happened at the time of creation, SQL Server database engine will allocate a page from the mixed extent for you, for not wasting the storage. Why? Because a page from the mixed extent means you can utilize the other pages of mixed extent. One page, see here, I'll show you. Wait a minute. Again, don't worry, don't confuse. Extents. Right, let me go with this image. Okay. One page. Okay, that's fine. Okay, if you see here, this is mixed extent. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pages. If you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 uniform extent. This is uniform extent which will have 8 pages, mixed extent which will have 8 pages. Okay, so if you see here, there is a difference between uniform extent and mixed extent. See here, your table 1 is stored in all the 8 pages in the uniform extent. And if you see here, table 2, index 1, index 2, table 2, table 3, index 3, table 2, means multiple objects are stored in each page of mixed extent, whereas same object is stored in all the pages of uniform extent. Uniform extent means, okay, all the pages are going to be allocated for a single object. Mixed extent means all the pages will be allocated for multiple objects. So how many max tables we can create on a mixed extent? How many maximum tables we can create on a mixed extent? How many
8.
maximum tables? 8 tables. Why? Because each page is one page. Each table is one page, right? 8 pages, 8 tables. How many maximum
page,
tables we
one
can
page.
create on a uniform extent? How many maximum
1.
tables I can create on a uniform extent? Yes, the answer is 1. Why? Because, see, for example, SQL Server is an intelligent system. At the time of creation, if you see here, at the time of creation, SQL Server don't know, okay, Shanmukh is going to insert 1 lakh records tomorrow. SQL Server don't know, right? It won't reserve a space for you. Simply for not wasting the storage, SQL Server will give you a single page from the mixed extent for the first time. For the first time, SQL Server will allocate a single page from the mixed extent for saving the storage. Next time you are increasing your table is increasing, you're inserting lot of data, all the subsequent allocations will be uniform extents. In case if you are using the table, if you are inserting lot of records inside the table, all the subsequent allocations for the table will be uniform extents. If you are not using the table, if you are not using the table, if you are not inserting any data inside the table, so it will be sufficient by utilizing a single page, right? So this is how SQL Server will organize the pages. Whenever you are creating a new table, remember, always SQL Server will allocate a page from the mixed extent. If the table is growing, depends upon the data growth, it will allocate the subsequent allocations, means the next allocations would be uniform extents. But initially, it will allocate a page from the mixed extent. Is it clear or not? Everyone, I need responses from each and everyone. Verma,
Yes.
is it clear? Any doubts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aarti, Karthik,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Vishnu,
Yes, sir.
Geeta,
Yes,
Mani,
sir. Yes, sir.
Ani,
Yes, sir.
Priya.
Yeah, all good, sir.
Yeah, Vikram.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's
Yes.
fine. Yeah. Right. Thank you for that. Okay. So in the interviews, they will ask you whenever you're creating which page it is going to allocate, which extent it is going to allocate. For the first time, it will allocate a page from the mixed extent. All the subsequent allocation, in case the table is growing, all the subsequent allocations would be uniform extents. Clear? Right. Fine. Okay. So this is all about your tables, pages, and all. 1 minute, please. Let me open the document. Okay. Page. Okay. We have discussed this minimum block unit. Okay. The fundamental unit of data storage. Okay. That's what 96 bytes, 36 bytes, and 8060 bytes. Page cannot be shared for multiple tables. Right. SQL Server database have 128 pages per megabyte, means 1 MB, 1024 KB divided by 8 KB. Okay. You can compare liters to liters, kilometers to kilometers, meters to meters, centimeters to centimeters. You cannot compare, you cannot divide kilometers by centimeters, right? So in this way, 128, 1024 KB divided by 8 KB, you will get 128 pages per MB. Okay, like that. So capacity, I'll tell you. Okay. So yes, we cannot resize the page. Page size is 8 KB. We cannot resize. Sometimes they are going to ask you to confuse. Okay, can I resize the page in the latest version of SQL Server? This is architecture, guys. Architecture never change. Okay, architecture in any version, features are going to be added or features are going to be removed. Okay, the interface is going to be improved, but the architecture won't change in any version. Okay, right. So we have two types of extents discussed: uniform extent discussed, mixed extent discussed. Right. So let me discuss these internals. Okay, somewhat internals we are little bit moving forward. Okay, for discussing different types of pages, right? So we have different types of extents: uniform, mixed extent. We just discussed what is the uses of those extents, right? So let me discuss about the types of pages. We have two types of pages, guys. Mainly we have two types of pages. One is, okay, data type, data pages. Okay, second one is system pages. Two types of pages. Mainly we have two types of pages: data pages and system pages. Inside the data pages, we have again three types: data page, index page, and what is the other page? Text or image page. Text or image page. Okay. In system pages, we have six types. What are those six types? GAM page, SGAM page, PFS page, IAM page, BCM page, DCM page. Don't worry at all. I'll explain again. Each and every point I'll explain. Okay. Right. Let's discuss about the data pages. Okay. So we have three types of data pages: data page, index page, and text or image page. All the data will be stored in any of these types of pages. These are the types of pages, guys. Again, all your data can be accommodated any page, any type of the page. So if you go to the data page, small data types data will be stored. What are the small data types? Can anyone tell me what are the small data types in the SQL Server? Small data types. What are the data types? At least can anyone tell me three or four data types? We have already discussed while creating the table. At
int
least three or four. Very good,
int
very good.
varchar,
Where care,
money,
money,
Date time.
date
date
time,
time,
excellent, date time, decimal,
decimal,
character, where care max, where binary max,
N-varchar.
and where care, very good, text. Okay, these are the different types of data types in the SQL Server, right? Here, small data types data means which will take very, the data type size is very less, like integer size is 4 bytes only. Okay, integer and money, date time, character, okay, varchar. These are all small data types data. Small data types data will be stored inside your database. In case, okay, in your table, if small data types are there, that information will be tracked using the database. Okay, database will store the data, except these are the except means these are the big data types: except text and text, image, and varchar max, var binary max, and XML data. Except these data types, other data types information will be stored inside the database. Other data types means what? Integer, character, date, time, money, decimal. Okay, these are all small data types data. Small data types related information will be stored in the database. Big data types information will be stored in the text or image space. That's clear. Index, will discuss about the index, like how index will help us to search the topic very quickly. In the SQL Server, we have indexes to search the records very quickly. I have 1 crore records. I want to search money. Money means like one of our student name. Okay, I want to search money in that 1 crore records. In the 1 crore records, you have to search only one record, which is very difficult. How SQL Server will organize this? Is it going to scan all the 1 crore records for a single record? How it will work? How an index will work? How index is helpful for searching the data? We'll discuss about the index topics. Okay. So we have a separate page called index page. Index page will store the index related information. Okay. contains information related to the indexes. How to create index, how many types of indexes, we'll discuss. Okay, so we have three types of data pages: data page, text or image page, index page. Data page will store small data types data like integer, character, varchar, money, decimal, float, date, time. These kinds of information will be stored in the database. Big data types data like text and text, image, and varchar max, var binary max will be stored inside the text or image space. Index related information will be stored inside the index pages. Clear? That's it. Now let's jump into the wonderful topic. Okay, you will feel little bit difficulty in understanding these things, but again I'll help you a lot. Okay, to like what we can do, I'll try to postmortem of these pages. Okay, I'll try to explain what each page will do, what each page will store. Okay, I'll try to elaborate it. Right, system pages. So let's give you a small example. While creating the table, SQL Server will allocate which extent? For the first time, while creating a table, SQL Server will allocate which extent for you? Mixed extent, right? A page from the mixed extent it will allocate. How SQL Server knows that is a mixed extent or uniform extent? How SQL Server knows a free space is there, a free page is there in the mixed extent? How SQL Server is there? How SQL Server will understand this uniform extent is free? Why? Because it can allocate only free uniform extents, right? It cannot allocate already allocated extents. Whenever you are creating a table, it is going to allocate a page from the mixed extent, means that page should be empty. How SQL Server knows which page is empty, which mixed extent is empty, which uniform extent is empty? How SQL Server knows that information? That can be tracked using these system pages. We have 6 system pages. First system page is GAM. GAM means Global Allocation Map. Global Allocation Map. What it will do? It will simply records which extent is a free extent, which extent is an allocated extent. Very simple. GAM will records or tracks, GAM page will tracks which extent is free extent, which extent is mixed extent. Got it? Records which extent is free and which extent is allocated. Simply it will record which extent is free and which extent is allocated. Why? See, remember guys, SQL Server is spending some time on GAM. SQL Server is spending some storage on GAM. SQL Server is spending some data or work on GAM. GAM means the resources. Why it will do? It is going to reuse the information. Where it is going to reuse this information? What is the use of tracking all these free extents and allocated extents? What is the use of the tracking this information? Why? Because it is going to reuse this information. It has to know which extent is allocated, which extent is free. Then while creating new table, it will try to allocate a free extent from the like unallocated extents. It will try to allocate a free extent from the unallocated extents. If it is already allocated, it won't touch. But SQL Server has to know, right, which is allocated, which has not allocated. So in case while creating the new objects, SQL Server will take a an extent from the unallocated extents. Clear? Simply GAM page will tracks which extent is allocated, which extent is not allocated or free, which extent is allocated and which extent is free. Is it clear? Global allocation map tracks which extent is allocated, which extent is free. It will track to reuse the information to like allocate the free extents while creating the new objects. Is it clear, everyone? So it will give you the code. Bit 1 is free extent. Okay, bit 0 is allocated extent. In case if you see bit 0, that is already allocated extent, so it won't touch bit 0 extents. It will search in the bit 1 extents. Bit 1 means free extent. Okay, then it will try to search what are free extents are there in the SQL Server. Then it will try to allocate the same extent to the user while creating new object. Is it clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts here, please? Is it clear, everyone? Or
Yes,
feeling
sir.
difficult
Yes.
in understanding? Okay, that's fine. Next is SGAM page. SGAM page is shared global allocation map. Same like global allocation map. Global allocation map will track which extent is free, which extent is allocated, right? Shared global allocation map will track all the mixed extents, only mixed extents. Shared global allocation map will track the information about the mixed extents, only mixed extents, with at least one free page. With at least one free page. Okay. SGAM will track all the mixed extents information with at least one free page. Now tell me, whenever you are creating a new object, SQL Server will use which system page? GAM page or SGAM page? Will
SGAM.
Yes.
SGAM page after GAM page.
Yes. Why? Because SGAM page will track the mixed extents of at least one
One
page.
unused.
Yes, one unused page. It will track mixed extent of at least one unused page. So whenever you are creating a new table, it is going to allocate an unused from the an unused page from the mixed extent, right? So that information will be tracked by SGAM page, right? Always SQL Server will depends upon the SGAM page while creating the new objects. SQL Server, you are creating an employee table. Hey, Shanmukh is creating one employee table. Let me know. It will ask, database engine will go to the SGAM page. Hey, SGAM page, let me know, do you have any free extents with at least one free page? Mixed extents. Do you have any mixed extents with at least one free page? Then SGAM page, hey, database engine, yes, I am waiting for you only. Yeah, these are the mixed extents with at least one free page. Take one extent from this, okay, pool. Take one extent from this pool, so that SQL Server will take that extent, mixed extent with at least one free page. Then it will try to allocate to the users. Is it clear? GAM will store which extent is free, which extent is allocated. SGAM will store all the mixed extents with at least one free page. Means if a mixed extent is there with at least one free page, bit 1. If mixed extent is there without having any free pages, bit 0. So it always relies on SGAM page while creating the new object. SQL Server will always depends on SGAM page while creating the new object. It will always ask SGAM page for providing the mixed extents information with at least one free page. That will be tracked by the SGAM page. Clear, right? Is it clear? Any issues, any doubts? Right. The next page is PFS page, very easy page. I told you, right? I have a 8 KB page. I just created very small table. It may be sufficient in an 8 KB page. If it is not sufficient, SQL Server will allocate separate page. In case if it is a small table, okay, it may not use the whole 8060 bytes, right? Imagine it just used only 1000 bytes. Okay, it just used only 1000 bytes. Remaining 7000 bytes are free, right? So PFS page will simply tell you, okay, how much free space is there. PFS means page free space. PFS page will simply tell you how much free space is there in each database. PFS page will simply tell you how much free space is there in each database. Okay, it will track in terms of percentages. 20% free space, 30% free space, 50% free space. Okay, so simply this PFS system page will track how much free space is there in all the data pages. It will record info about page allocation and free space available on pages. It will calculate in terms of percentages like 30 to 50% or 50 to 80% like this. 100% means completely the page is free. Is it clear? Page free space is a system page which will track how much free space is there in each data page. Is it clear or not?
Yes, clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next is IAM page. IAM means index allocation map. So let me give you the example here. Whenever I run this query, select star from sales.dbo.itm, items. Items table stored on multiple pages, right? Whenever I run this query, select star from items table, how come I got all the items records only? Why? Because items table is going to be stored on multiple pages. But once you run select star from table name, it has to pull all the pages that belongs to items table inside the memory. How SQL Server knows on what pages the item? Sorry, any issue? Right. Okay. How SQL Server knows on what and all pages your items table is stored? That will be tracked by the IAM page. That will be tracked by the IAM page. IAM page will simply tracks all the tables on what pages these tables are stored. So whenever you run select query, you know what happened? SQL Server database engine will goes to the IAM page. Hey, IAM page, let me know what are the pages allocated for the items table. Okay, then IAM page will give you, okay, these 10 pages are used by the items table. Okay, take this 10 pages. Then SQL Server will load those 10 pages inside the memory. Clear? IAM page simply, please, in case of any questions, let me know. No questions? Is it okay? Everyone is fine? Okay, so IAM page will simply tracks all the pages allocated or all the pages used by a single object. IAM page will simply index allocation map will simply tracks the allocation status of each and every table. If a table is using 1 lakh pages, items table is using 1 lakh pages. These are all the page IDs that are used by the items table. When you run select star from items, then automatically first it will go to the IAM page. IAM page will give you all the pages information of items table. So SQL Server will simply load those pages inside the memory. Fine, right? So no issues. That is all about your IAM page. Let me go with bulk BCM and DCM page. These pages you will get some confusion. Okay, bulk changed map, differential changed map. Okay, what is bulk changed map? Information about all the actions which are modified by the bulk operations. Very simple. Bulk changed map will tracks all the actions. Usually, sometimes we are going to do some bulk operations, bulk inserts, bulk updates, bulk deletes. Bulk means, you know, right? Bulk means huge number of inserts or updates or deletes is called bulk updates, bulk inserts and all. BCM page will tracks in case you are running a bulk insert operation. Bulk inserts means imagine 1 lakh inserts you are running at a time. If you are inserting 1 lakh records, these 1 lakh records are going to be inserted on any page, right? At the end of the day, all the records has to be inserted or stored on any page. If the page is changed, the extent also is going to be changed, right? So BCM page will tracks all the extents that are modified by the bulk operations. In case you are deleting 10,000 records, bulk records, okay, at a time you are deleting 10,000 records. Once you delete the record, the page will be changed, right? Once the page is changed, the extent is changed. So BCM will simply track what are all the extents are there that are changed by the bulk operations. What operations, like we have bulk operations, you can manually insert the records or you can go for a bulk operations also. Okay, so simply BCM page will track, okay, what are all the extents that are changed by the bulk operations. Simply it will track it. Okay, I'll tell you where this information is going to be used. Okay, I'll tell you where this information is going to be used. Usually we have recovery models, full recovery model, bulk logged recovery model, and simple recovery model. While discussing bulk logged recovery model, I'll tell you there it is going to use this BCM pages. Simply BCM page will track all the extents that are modified by the bulk operations. That's it. Next is DCM page, differential changed map. Okay, you can get the better idea while discussing the backups, full backup, differential backup. While discussing the differential backup, I'll explain what differential changed map will do, how DCM page will play a crucial role for DCM differential backups. Usually we will have backup strategies in the organization. Full backup, weekly or daily or whatever you want. You can go for the schedule is yours. Okay, you can either go for daily full backups or weekly full backups. Imagine you are going for weekly full backups for better example. So weekly you'll take the full backup. Sunday, last week Sunday you took the full backup. Okay, next again you are going to take the full backup on the coming Sunday, tomorrow. But what happened in case in the middle of the week, if something happened to the database, Saturday night, something happened to the database. What happened my 1 week data? I have a backup of last Sunday only. Saturday night means today night, something happened to my database. I can restore till last Sunday. Why? Because I have full backup data till last Sunday, right? I can restore till last Sunday. But what about these 6 days backup? How can I restore it? For that, we'll go for a differential backups or log backups. So what differential backups do you know? Differential backup will take the backup of all the changes, guys, all the changes since last full backup. Differential backup will take the backup of all the changes since last full backup. Say Sunday, your full backup is running, right? Daily you are running differential backup. Monday you're running differential backup. Tuesday you're running differential backup. Wednesday. Monday differential backup contains all the changes from last full backup, means last Sunday to Monday. Tuesday differential backup contains all the changes from Sunday to Tuesday. Wednesday backup contains all the changes from Sunday to Wednesday. Like whenever you're running differential backup, it will contains all the changes since the last full backup. How it knows what are the changes that has been done since the last full backup? So your DCM page will track all the changes that are done since last full backup, either you are inserted new records or deleted new, or existing records, or some just altered the existing records, like changing the name and all, or salary and all. So whatever changes you do on the records after full backup, whatever changes you do on the records, those changes will be tracked by the differential changed map page. Okay, this is all about your DCM page. Again, I'll explain about this DCM page while discussing about the backups. That's it for today. Any issues, any doubts, let me know. In case we are going to close the session. The meeting is going to close now in a minute.
No, sir.
Any doubts? Again, I'll open the session. In case if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay.